Hello. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. I think abortion is,
Welcome to Pegasus vs. the World, where we take on challenges, comedy, trending topics, and some travel.
City boy! City boy!
All right, you guys. Louis C.K. live comedy special. Reason for Women. That's an interesting title. Now, I think Louis C.K. kind of got hit with the cancel culture, kind of. I don't know. I think he was doing something weird happened with him, and he had to make like a comeback, and I think he came back. But all I know is he's a really good comedian, right? And then I felt like he went into the shadows, and then now I feel like he has reemerged since then. But it's like, I don't know, kind of like the counterculture thing. Anyways, regardless, we're checking out Louis C.K. for the first time on the channel right now. And let's get it. If you guys want to support him, you can stream his specials, go to his social media. You know, I always want to promote everything that I'm reacting to. But let's get it started. If you want to rock with me, like, share, comment, or subscribe to the channel. And let's see what Louis C.K. is a reason for women. So Louis C.K. reason for women. This might get kind of crazy.
I think abortion is,
Just to start like
Here's
that.
what I think. This is what I think. Here's what I think. I think you should not get an abortion unless you need one. In which case, you better get one. I mean, seriously. If you need an abortion, you better get one. Don't fuck around. And hurry. That's not getting an abortion that you need is like not taking a shit. That's how bad that is. It's like not taking a shit. That's what I think. I think abortion is exactly like taking a shit. I think it is 100% the exact same thing as taking a shit. Or it isn't. It isn't. It's either taking a shit or it's killing a baby. It's only one of those two things. It's no other things. So if you didn't like hearing that it's like taking a shit, you think it's killing a baby. That's the only other one you get to have.
Oh, Lord.
Which means you should be...
Oh, yikes. This is heavy. I thought he was just going to zoom through the abortion joke. Kind of like, who did a good one? Bill Burr did a really good one. Really, really good abortion joke. And I was just like, yeah. This one is just all over the place. And again, you know, I'm one of those people that I do have, like, you know, me and wifey had two stillborns. And then just seeing the development, it was like, it's just interesting. Like, babies are just so precious and children and stuff. Even with him saying, like, if you need one, I know he's joking, or maybe he's not. I don't know. But, you know, there's very small circumstances, in my opinion, that you would need one, right? And I do understand needing one, right? Health, like for health purposes, protecting the mother, incidences of abuse. I understand that. But when he says need, it's such a blanket statement. That's why I'm just kind of like, all right, let me listen to this. Like, you know, if something's funny, I'm gonna laugh. But this guy
holding a sign in front of the place. People hate abortion protesters. They're so shrill and awful. They think babies are being murdered. What are they supposed to be like? I don't know. It's not cool. I don't want to be a dick about it, though.
That's crazy.
I don't want to ruin their day as they murder several babies all the time.
Yo.
I don't think it's killing a baby. I don't. I mean, it is. It's a little bit. It's a little bit killing a baby. It's a little bit.
I guess the question for everyone to each, you know, without trying to be divisive, is when does life start? There's a group of people like myself who believes life starts at conception, right? And then there's a group of people who will add nuance to it and say, well, this has to happen. You know, it's a cluster of cells in the moment. But it is interesting what we consider life in general. Like when we're on the planet and we're like, we've discovered a new life form or a new form, like whether it be in the soil or in the ocean, it's so small. Like if what was happening at conception we saw on another planet, we would consider ourselves finding new life. So I don't know, to each his own, I guess. You know, again, I'm not here to judge people. I don't trip on this stuff. I don't trip on anything because I know I'm not the judge. You know what I mean?
It's 100% killing a baby. It's totally killing a whole baby.
Oh my God.
But I think that women should be allowed to kill babies. That's what I think. They should be allowed to kill babies.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
We kill babies!
That's crazy.
Do some shots and kill some babies.
That's crazy.
I killed like 4 babies last night. It was fucking retarded.
Dude, I'm struggling on this one, yo. He's tripping.
I just think it has to be one or the other. You know, like when people say abortion should be legal, safe, and rare. Why rare if it should be legal? If it should be legal, it's shitting. If it should be rare, it's murdering babies. But again, women should be, because 2 reasons I think women should be allowed to kill babies. Number 1, I don't think life is that important. It's just not. It is not. People get too excited.
This is coming from the dude who is jaying off on assistance or something, because that's what he got canceled for. like something like him, you know, working the weasel in front of like an assistant. Yo, this is crazy. This is crazy, man.
About life. Oh, life. Fuck you. It's not that. It's. Make a list of every shitty thing ever that's in life. Life is okay. I like life. I like it. I don't need it. I'd be fine without it. I like life, though. I do. You know how much I like life? I have never killed myself. That's how much I like it. That's exactly how much I like it, with a razor-thin margin. I like it precisely enough.
Yo, that razor joke is crazy. The way he flipped that is crazy. That's some good-ass writing.
That's how much I like it. That's exactly how much I like it, with a razor-thin margin. I like it precisely enough to not kill myself. It's an option, though. It's totally an option. I mean, I'm 49. I have 2 kids. I've flipped through the brochure a few times.
Yo, when he did this, I'm 40. I'm about to be 45 in March. That's kind of crazy. Like, we ain't far off, man.
I've thought of killing myself just to win an argument. You're not supposed to talk about suicide, even to your shrink, of suicide, and you're like, no, because if I say yes, you'll press a button and folks will run in and hold him down.
It's true.
But you should be able to talk about it. It's the whole. It's what the whole world is just made of people who didn't kill themselves today. That's who's here. Is all of us that went, okay, I'll fucking keep doing it.
Oh my God. This dude, yo, Louis C.K. is a madman. He is a freaking madman.
Because it's an interesting thing about life. Life can get very difficult, very sad, very upsetting, but you don't have to do it. You really don't have to do it. You don't have to do anything. You never have to do anything, because you can kill yourself. If they send you a letter from motor vehicles, you have to come in and know it.
I'm surprised, like, this will not go over too well on YouTube. You know, I reacted to a song called The S Word. It rhymes with euthanize, I guess. You inside. You inside. It starts with the S. Anyways, my friend made a song. It's a big song about that. And YouTube like censored it, puts all these warning notices on it before you click the video. And it's like actually a really good song, like, dealing with that issue. And it's funny because he's kind of going in right here. I ain't getting no warning labels or nothing when I was clicking on this video. So it's interesting what YouTube selects.
I'll kill myself. You can do that. You can do that.
I don't know if you guys can kind of tell, and it's fine. Like, maybe this isn't like the greatest reaction for you. I get a little fidgety and like, I think I'm like off-putting when there's sensitive subject for me, right? Like one of the things, like we've all went to dark places in our mind, right? And he's making jokes about the S word that rhymes with you inside. And I personally am just so like, I try to keep these things away, like, because mantras, intentions, thoughts are like very powerful in my opinion. So I really try to stay away from certain stuff. As some of you know, I don't even watch scary movies. So, if you're like, I feel like this was an awkward reaction, Pegasus. Yeah, it was awkward for me too. Like this is like that awkward kid. Like you meet a fine ass chick and you're like, oh my God, I'm in love. Then you go in for the kiss and you got, yeah, that's what's happening right now, you guys. And I'm just admitting it on camera to you.
Once, but you can do it. And it's interesting because even when life gets bad, people generally choose it over nothing. Even the worst versions of life, even a shitty life is worth living, apparently.
Yes, it is.
Because folks are living the fuck out of them.
This guy.
You ever seen somebody you're like, how he should kill himself? Why? You ever been driving and you look at the next car and you're like, oh shit, I wish I hadn't looked in that car. That was difficult to glance at, let alone being it.
Oh, this dude's a jackass.
The guy in a tan car. Nobody chooses tan.
He has a point. I had a tan Honda, but it was like a hand-me-down. That's crazy.
Nobody picks tan for their car. They give you tan. Is that mine? Yeah, it's yours, fucking loser. Made it tan. They shouldn't even make tan cars. It's mean to make them. You look over, you see a guy in a tan car with just dents all over it and a garbage bag for a window.
Yo, he's wilding.
What is holding up his suicide? What is delaying it?
Yo,
What is keeping him from stopping being that? And what would it take? What would it take? What would it take? Both windows are garbage bags?
This dude is crazy, man.
Seriously, do you know how much misery is involved in a garbage bag for a window? Do you know how many separate moments of shit misery? They canceled my insurance, broke my window, duct tape.
That's funny. I've been there as a young man. That's funny.
Here's the truth. Running away will not solve your problems. That's totally true. But killing yourself solves all your problems.
Damn.
It actually does. It even solves world problems.
Yo.
For you. What about ISIS? Kill yourself. Then they'll never get you.
What?
Seriously, if everybody who's afraid of ISIS kills themselves right now, then ISIS loses. Because they live in a world of people that don't give a shit. We're gonna cut his head off. Okay.
My bad, you guys. I was struggling getting that because when he said, if you do that to yourself, they lose. But I'm like, no, in actuality, wouldn't they win? Because they want to take over and like, they want to run certain things. I don't know. Just thought that was an interesting take. Maybe my take is totally off. I'll take it. Yo.
It's not fun now.
Yo, that is He's a madman, yo.
I think the worst thing about being beheaded is that you look really dumb right after. That's the worst part. They go like that, you're like, just that's fucking dopey.
I've never seen a beheading before. I don't know how people look, man. Have you guys seen one? Nah, don't answer that, because YouTube about to get crazy.
I don't think they like beheading bald people because they can't do this thing. That's the best part.
The scalp.
They gotta go like this. It's not as cool. So just shave the top of your head and you won't have to worry about it. So that's the first reason. That's the first reason I think women should be allowed to kill babies.
That's crazy.
Because life is not so important. Second reason is because that's their...
Bro, these girls screaming in the crowd like, whoa, like I'm so... Like, that's just the weirdest thing of our social fabric currently in the decay, that it's like, I think abortion should be talked about very seriously on both sides. And sometimes the antics that I see, and maybe it's a derivative of feminism gone wrong, because like the concept of women being able to vote and take part and have jobs, like, you know, in my opinion, that works, right? But then when we go as far as, you know, they're like, oh, liberation is showing your breasts or, you know, getting an abortion. I don't understand how that is liberation. And maybe I'm interpreting it incorrectly, but when you hear people even shriek in the audience because he's like, yeah, you should be able to, and he puts it in such a crude manner, and there's people cheering it on. It just rubs me personally I just don't understand. I don't understand it. And I can laugh at a good abortion joke. I've heard a few, and I'm like, dude, that's crazy. Like I said, Bill Burr's is crazy. But I don't know. That's just me. Here we go.
Job. Women have to decide who lives and dies. That's because they're the female of the species. In the reproductive arena, that's what the female does. They are the selectors. They have to decide this. We give them this responsibility when we fuck them. We go, here, you decide what to do with this shit.
Yo, that's
see you later.
Crazy. I've never even thought of it that way. Like, I know we're giving our seed, but it's like we're planting a seed, right? And then, you know, the farmer who plants the seed helps grow the seed, you know? Like, I never thought of it that way, but it could be taken that way. I always thought of it like, hey, it's two people taking part because it's two DNA, like both your DNA goes into this entity. Like, I don't know.
And she has to figure out if you should have kids, if she should have, that's her job, because women have judgment. Men have intent. Men just want to spray the world with their cum, just mist.
Yo, that's facts.
More of me! More of me!
But with that judgment, just judgment to close those legs too. Like, accountability from both, but men should watch out where they're shooting everyone.
It's her job to go, that's enough of you, I think. No, that's really enough.
Oh, no. You can make that decision before.
I don't think that face needs to repeat. I've seen your father, and it's not getting better. And sometimes she doesn't realize this until after you fuck her. That's actually when she really knows, is when you're like, yeah! And she's like, I'm not having this piece of shit's baby.
Dude, this is just crazy.
And that's why abortion is the last line of defense against shitty people in the species. So we need them to abort every shitty baby. I mean, all animals do this. Animals do it. Late eat this one.
They do. It is wild.
But when is it okay? When should they be allowed? When it's in their pussy that whole time. It's in her pussy. If there's a dude in your pussy, you get to kill him. I think that's pretty fundamental. You're allowed to kill people if they're in your house.
Oh, Lord. All right, man. All right, Louis C.K., man, he's crazy. I knew he actually can write really great jokes. That was a good premise. Had me laughing on and on. It is, for me, like it's like controversial subject matter and a touchy subjects. And for me to get through the whole thing, kudos, man. Kudos for him. Some funny moments, some things I agree with, some things I disagree with. But, typically when I come for these comedy reactions, I don't really come to talk. And this one is feeling like the Jim Jeffries gun owner reaction, right? Where it's like 50-50, like 50% of people are like, no, I kind of rock with that idea, P. Like, I feel you, bro. Like, children are precious and we need to rise above our animal instincts in the animal kingdom and make certain type of choices. But then some people will be like, F you, I can't believe you, da-da-da-da. And it's crazy when people get mad at me because I'm not even stuck. Like, I'm not out here protesting or saying you shouldn't be allowed to do these things. I just don't agree with them. But, my American values does believe in freedom and the government not being all up in your biz, right? So for me to go out and be like, blah, blah, blah. Now, do I think it's wrong? And would I be down to talk to people? Absolutely. But I just think we got to have more accountability and responsibility from the offset. However, this makes the reaction not as fun, me just getting in my bag of like realisticness versus him just joking about, these things. But some people, it's not a joke, and when you've lost kids at a very young age, like, we had a stillborn birth at 6.5 months and also at 6 months, a boy and a girl. You just kind of interpret it different, when you're holding that little body and just seeing how they developed and before, you give them off to send to the little funeral home thing, you just process it differently. Having our 2 kids was very, very important for us because we have 2 kids now, but we lost 2 in that way. And then we had miscarriages as well. So you just process it differently, So like when people do get like really up in arms, I try to just open up and let them know, like, this isn't coming from this place where I'm just like trying to spread, religious narratives or these things. These are actually things I look at and I'm just like, it doesn't feel or seem right, in certain situations. But that's just me. Anyways, hope you guys are cool, man. I guess I'll just see you later. Damn.
City boy, city boy.